everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. On today's show, I'm going to make a fabulous meal for us, but I'm going to make it really quick because this is a weeknight where we worked, so everything is set up to be a quick meal. It's going to consist of chicken breast. I'm making 2 per person. I'm making stovetop stuffing, and I'm going to use a beef broth instead of water. So that's going to be really tasty. Potatoes. You can cook up potatoes however you want. I'm using instant mashed potatoes, and I'm going to put a bunch of butter in it, and I'm going to put some Italian seasoning in it. I've got that all measured out. And cut up the chicken after it's all done. But to cook it, I'm going to cook it up in some olive oil with some capers. It's going to be delicious. So stick around to the end, you're going to want to see it. I'm going to start out with the potatoes because they always take the longest. So what I have is I have a measurement of water. I'm going to cover this and I'm going to bring it to a boil. You just want to do equal amounts of the potatoes. So I'm going to sprinkle them in. The next pan is going to be for our stovetop stuffing. So I have my beef broth, and I'm going to bring that up to a boil. My next pan is going to be for my canned corn. Try not to cook the lid. I did that once, that was pretty funny. I also throw in butter. We'll get that going. The next one is going to be for the chicken. So let's get that one going. So I have my chopper that I'm going to use to cut up my garlic. So the first thing I need to do is to knock the ends off the garlic. So grab my knife and get them ready for that chopper, which works fantastic, by the way. The paper's off. Older garlic, the paper comes off. If it's too fresh, it really sticks. The chopper. Put it in. Cut. Done. Okay, so the stovetop stuffing is all done boiling. So these are pretty easy. All you do is just dump it in, and one of my tricks is to cut up and put celery on the top of this when you serve it up. It's real good. Or put it inside here if you want it to soften it. Get a little bit bigger hole here. Fill this up. There we go. Then we'll just grab a whisk. Now you don't want to put this back on the heat. You just want to set it aside and let it cool. Alright, this one is all done. So we can pull the corn off here. Turn off the fire for a moment. Now I need a ladle that I can scoop this out with. Let's grab this one, that looks pretty good. I don't want all the water that's left in here. I don't mind the butter. Okay, there we go. Now we'll just throw some aluminum foil on that. just to keep it warm. We're going to work on our chicken breasts in just a bit. We have to open those packages and get cooking them. But our instant mashed potatoes are done. And I have the butter and the water in here, and it is looking good. So just literally put this in here as quick as I can so I don't lose the heat. Stir in the center. Okay, take a break from that. Some of my Italian seasoning is going in here. And this is my CARRABBA'S mix. So I have a video of CARRABBA'S, their seasoning. And if you'd like, I'll put a link to that in the show notes. While I'm thinking of it, please hit the subscribe button. And when you do that, you'll see there's a more button where the recipe for all this will be. Also, the question of the day today is do you like cheese? Anybody that likes cheese, please hit the like button right now. Let me know if you like cheese. Here's garlic salt. This will be good in here. And we'll give this a stir. Now you can also use basil. Someone told me that all the basil we get in North America comes from Mexico, and it's really what they call Mexican oregano. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe some of my Mexican friends can leave a comment and let me know about that story. So I'm just going to put the lid on this, and I'm just going to set it aside. So when I put these in here, I like to cut on the long side for the chicken breast. Just like that. Come right out of the package, a lot easier if you'll do that. I really like these. This is Tyson brand chicken breasts. And I like them because they come 5 in a bag. And Barb and I usually use 1 chicken breast a piece, or sometimes 2 a piece, but then you don't have to have them frozen together. So if you're always using 4 and there's 5 in the package, eventually in the freezer you start to parlay, get some that are in good shape. Them to lay out a little bit. Let me wash my hands. Let's get some seasoning on these. Here's our garlic salt and some pepper. Pepper is good. Italian seasoning. Fire up the burner. Okay, this is splashing a bit. Let's put the splatter guard over the top of it while we wait for it to cook. In just a little bit, we're going to put in our garlic and our capers. I have turned the fire off because I can tell that they're done. I check them with a thermometer. I like to put one meat on top of another so that I don't read the pan. Okay, these are done. You have to be 160, 165 when these things are all done. So let's go ahead and pull out one of our chicken breasts. And let's grab another one. We get the 2 best ones for Barb, because she's my favorite. And then I need to pull the foil off the corn. Set it here like this. I'll take my other two out of the pan. You know, in a kitchen, you try to, nothing goes to waste. You want to try to use what you have in front of you, make things work. Now these were getting a little hot on this fire, so I turned it off. You may not when you're doing this. You may have just turned it to low. But I am going to go way down to medium-low on this fire. And with the oil in here, I'm putting in my capers and I'm putting in my garlic. One more little guy I want to get out of there. Now you only want to cook these for a few seconds. I mean 30 seconds at the most. It's always good to have these little glass containers. You would typically use them for dipping your steak in au juice. But when you have something like this, it'll work perfectly. Because normally I use plastic containers to put my ingredients in so I can just dump them really fast while I'm filming. But in this case, these things are going to be hot and I wouldn't want to put them in anything metal like that. Need my spoon here though. That's a nice big spatula. You can grab meat really fast with it, but you have to be careful here because this is Teflon. Do not want to scratch my Teflon. You know, in a restaurant, they just use steel pans. There we go. Wow. Now, let's just grab a serving spoon here. And let's go ahead and get to the next step here, which is going to be to put some Parmesan cheese on top of these. We want it to look like that. And then we can dish on our caper garlics. They'll stay on there. Just like that. Put on, of course, as much as you want. Just like that. And we go ahead and grab some stovetop stuffing for the plate. And we need some corn. There's some corn. And mashed potatoes. These are garlic mash. These are going to be delicious. I love garlic mashed potatoes. There we go. That is the meal. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you like cheese.